everybody. We had a special invitation to join the Creeping Chaos today at Metro 37. They have just begun working on their second album. What song are you guys doing today?
We're going to be doing Beg for Mercy.
It's going to be your first release off the album?
Yeah, we're going to make it available for free download probably. I think that's what we're planning on doing, isn't it?
Probably free download, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to go. How long have you guys been, how long has the Creeping Chaos been a band?
Band got started in December of
2 years ago.
2014. Yeah, 2014.
Okay.
And went through a couple band member changes, and now we are at the current lineup.
What were the original?
The original lineup was me, Kyle Michalajczyk on bass, and Mike Stoker on drums.
Okay, so it's been kind of a full circle revolution of...
Yeah, but then when we did the original album, it was me, Mike Stoker, and D-Unit Samp over here on bass.
Was the name itself, was that something that was your brainchild?
We all kind of were trying to come up with something, and then we arrived at that because I wanted to do something that had this Lovecraft kind of a theme, because I had written a few songs that sounded like that.
Okay.
And I thought, yeah, this is kind of something we can maybe use for a gimmick, and it's something fun, and it seems like people identify with it. So I thought maybe we could kind of break into a subgenre that way.
Right. I mean, your logo is obviously the Cthulhu.
Well, it's a combination of Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep. That's why I gave him an extra
The
eye
eye.
in the center. So it actually, I'm working on a claymation thing right now for a video, and it unfolds, and the eye actually turns into another head.
Oh, that's really cool. So how far back does then your interest of Lovecraft go?
I think I really got into it after I heard Call of Cthulhu by Metallica.
Metallica.
I was like, what is that all about? And I looked it up, and then I was like, wow, there's a whole world about this. And a bunch of their songs were about that, like The Thing That Should Not Be and
Right.
Creeping Death.
Creeping Death, yeah. Where, your sound, how would you describe the music that you guys make?
Don?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Describe that.
It's hard for us to describe it because we just do it. But since he's the newest member on guitar over here,
It's a raw, straight up rock and roll with, you got some ballady type music that's killer. You know what I mean?
I tell people,
I love everything from Elton John to Pantera. And you mix all that in, that's what, I don't know, it's...
yeah.
I don't disagree. I didn't want to say anything and put words in your mouth, but that's what I really dig about the Creeping Chaos music, is how it's infused with like real rock and roll, but it's heavy as shit when it needs to be, and then things like World Gone Grey.
It's awesome. One of my favorite songs.
Exactly.
I mean, the writing and the lyrics just even make it more, intense to me, even though it's a mellow
Right,
song,
exactly.
And then
Plastic Soldiers.
Yeah, it's more like a straight up like classic rock kind of
Yeah.
And when they asked me to kind of talk about joining along, this is right up my alley of writing, because I can't limit myself, you know what I mean?
Do you guys fully collaborate then when writing the music?
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah.
a lot of times I'll bring an idea in, but then everybody has to put their touch to it, and
Lyrics mostly written by you?
yeah, I write the lyrics, but that's I'm not opposed to anybody else writing lyrics. I just
Pretty much all these songs Rob had written a while ago. Like I remember him giving me the CDs of him doing them in his house.
A few
all the
exceptions.
parts.
The video with I'm Going Down you sent me was I imagine an early version of that, because it had the backbone, but it was definitely not the same.
Right, it was.
song.
I was playing everything.
You know,
on it,
yeah,
it wasn't
so
very
the
good.
songs and even Beg for Mercy, these were all stuff that he's written, throughout him playing music together. And these
Okay.
are all the base kind of building blocks of what we're doing. So, like the whole album, that was pretty much him, with the exception of 2 that they originally started writing. And then, these ones that we're starting here are still the original vision of before the Creeping Chaos was even the Creeping Chaos.
Right.
So that's where the foundation is all from him, original stuff, and then we're just going from there. Like you said, If I'm Going Down, that's my own particular thing on how I took it and how I played it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's not opposed to any of that. He actually encourages us to, like, hey, this is the base thing, but do whatever you feel is necessary, or however you're feeling it.
Real quick, I want to talk about your live performances. Something that I personally really enjoy about the live performance is how you don't stick to the. I'm an old school metal fan, you know, like going back to Metallica or even further. And I like Whitesnake, Scorpions, things like that. Live albums were huge for me growing up. They were my greatest hits. And the best part about that was the fact that I was getting a different version of the song every time I heard it. And I get that from your live. Is that something you do intentionally? Do you intentionally, you know, veer off? Do you feel that each performance is a little bit different for you?
I wouldn't answer this just because I'm the most excited one about being up on stage. You know, because this has been like my drinking. I met Rob, you know, through Dead by Design, and Donnie originally through Dead by Design. So they've been doing this a lot longer than I have. But I think sometimes, no, it's not planned, and sometimes, yes, it is planned. You know, we go up there and we give 100% every single time, and things kind of get crazy, and we'll feel something a little bit differently from the crowd, obviously, compared to a crowd on the previous show before that. Yeah, so it just depends on exactly the energy that they're giving us and what we're giving back to them. Sometimes we like to call it the Freebird ending on World Gone Grey, where we'll just jam out that whole last part for like 10, 15 minutes.
And I just like an audience member like me, I love that.
Right,
I love it.
And we look at it too as like, you know, if it's not different, then why can't they just stay home and listen to the album?
Exactly.
You know, we want something to be different.
Exactly. What can we look forward to different wise as far as this album? Is there anything, a different approach you're trying? Is there something more the same?
Obviously, 2 different members.
Well, yeah, we have the sound is going to be different because we have a different drummer and we have a different guitar player added into the mix now. I'm not going to have to take over all the guitar playing anymore,
Right.
Which is going to really lighten the load for me.
Yeah.
I can focus more on my writing the lyrics and doing that kind of thing, because now I know I've got someone that I can count on to come up with something good. And also, both of them have a little bit more of a metal influence in their background, and I kind of want to utilize that. I want this album to be a little bit darker.
Okay.
And the last one was a lot more about sociological subjects, and it always will be, because that's kind of the Lovecraft thing, is the absurdity of mankind. Like, I think one of my favorite quotes of anyone ever is one of his. He says, the world is indeed comic, but the joke is on mankind. And, you know, we have that element of darkness to the music, but it's, you know, we tell jokes and stuff too.
Right. So. Well, I think we got to kind of wrap it up here. So I want to thank you guys, first off, for inviting us in and giving us this intimate opportunity to, like, see it all happen. But look for, I'm going to say it wrong. So the first album,
Meticulosa Veritatis, which means the frightening truth.
And then keep a lookout for the new single. So thank you again, guys. We look forward to it. And
very much.
You know, keep a lookout. Head out, check them out live. I swear to God, I'm not just filling full bullshit. It's worth going out and seeing.
And please check out the awesome video that Bradford and company made for.
Absolutely, yeah. If I'm going down, it's on the Creeping Chaos page, and worth watching. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you again to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.